if you right click on an object, we've got a load more sub menus on there. So most of them are self-explanatory. Scale to print volume gives you the maximum height you can print. Not a good idea. Fix through netfab. Oh yeah, I didn't show you that one. When you bring a model in, let's bring something that's probably needs fixing. So there's a model of a drum. If you come to the right hand corner here, it says 516 open edges repaired 1300. If you right click, because if you look at the top, it's probably around the top there, there'll be open edges. You right click, fix through netfab, go through repairing sometimes. No, it's closed the topping. But there we go. It thought it had open edges there. It's now closed it in. It's a watertight model now. So that is a definite plus with PrusaSlicer. I can see why it wanted to fill it in as well, because it's a bit heavy around the edge. It's only a temporary one. So you have fix through netfab, simplify model. Never used it. But as you can see, it obviously takes some of the detail out. I've no clue what. It doesn't look like it does a lot, but it must be there for a reason. So use that at your risk. I'm supposed to fix again. Coming down. Mirror, that's pretty self-explanatory. Flip it along the axes. It's pretty isometric, so you're not going to notice that. So you can mirror up if you've got an object, and actually you can do it, yes. Mirror along the axis. Nope. It did turn actually, but you won't see it. There you go. It does work. You can turn it around and should go either side. Flip along Y or mirror along Y. No, for some reason it's only going one way. But you get the idea. All got else is mirror, split. It won't work on this, I don't think. We can try it. But if you've got objects that you've added together, like STL on top of an STL, and you've joined it, you can split it. No, this is only what contains one solid. If we not sure if it'll work on this object. Split two objects. Well, there you go. It has. It's taken all the rivets out and messed it right up there. But you can see that it does work, and it will split two objects. Coming down, split to parts, same sort of thing, I think. Oh yeah, look, there we go. Split to parts, and then we've got each individual rivet. So it could be handy if you just wanted to get rid of some things. See that one? And delete it. Ah, yeah, so it does work. We can do add a part. That's what we had a little look at before. Now you've got predefined stuff there, or you can go gallery. Now if you want to add something to your gallery, you can add what's in there. It's pre-made stuff, or you can add just a tube. So now in our gallery, pole camping adapter. So we press that, add, wrong. Whole camera data, okay. This is a glitch because if you've seen the position of it, it's gone absolutely crazy. I don't know why. It's PrusaSlicer glitch. So if you come on position, tap 0, 0, 0, and then scale it to 1. It's there somewhere. Oh, no, it's still not. Pole camping. I've lost it now. Start again on that one. Add a shape, gallery. Object's too large. Okay, over there. Put it in the middle this time. But then come down. It's too big. Scale factor. Just 1. It's in there. And 24 open. Right click. Fix through netfab. And it's actually closed the ending because it wasn't watertight. And then you can right click, add a part, add another part, go to gallery, add another one. And then we go add a part, so we can move that. If it's highlighted, sometimes when you get them both together, you can move them together because you've highlighted the whole thing. Come down, pyramid, move. That's scaling. Move it, cross. You get the idea. You can add parts. And the same again, you can add negative. So we come in, so we add a box to this. We didn't like the way that was sitting. We had a negative. So if I put that in there, if I slice it now, that has taken a chunk out of it, a negative chunk out of it. We go back. If you export this STL, it will export with this part still in. It won't take it out, which is a bit annoying. So if you export this now, it will stay the same. If you put the negative in, it will still stay the same. So that comes up as generic box, but you get the idea. Negative, on the right click menu, you can add stuff to it, take away stuff, add modifier. Right. Get rid of that, get rid of pyramid. We'll put that to the side. So right click, add modifier. Right, yeah, I'm with it now. Yeah, so if I wanted, I've got my sphere here. If I wanted the left-hand side of this, let's resize that. For some reason, I wanted to print this left-hand side, 100% infill. So I've added a modifier to it. So now that modifier there, generic box, if I right click on the right hand side, gives me all these options, but it also gives me infill. So if I go on infill, comes down the bottom of the box, fill density 15. And if I want to make that 100%, I'll go 100 on there. And this part on the right is set at 15%. So if we go to slice, looks the same, but when you come down, so now we've put that modifier on the left hand side. Let's give it 100% infill, and the right hand side is still 15%. Could be handy if you want to strengthen around items. Say you're making a box and you want to strengthen around the screw holes, add a modifier, and then you can print it 100%. Now on that modifier as well, generic box is the modifier. We right click, layers and perimeters. So we could come in here and say, I've got the box, there we go. So we've got bottom solid layers 3, perimeters 3, top layers, if we set that at 0, and then we go field density 100%, we put it at 0, and then we slice it. We've got come down, we've still got on the right hand side our 15% on the right hand side of it, and on the left hand side we've now got a cavity. So can be useful. It will still print your 3 layers around, so that will print, but say it's good for manipulating stuff in the slicer. So that's basically right click, where we got add modifier, that's the modifier. And so you can add, and each one, if you look on the right, say the pyramid, I can right click that, infill, and I can do a different infill for that pyramid. I could give that 100%. And if we slice that now, that's been modified. That's pyramid's got 100%. I think that's got 15%, and that's got no 0%. So it's empty. So plenty of ways you can modify your STLs to suit you, what you want to print. Another thing is when you slice, go back, always check the bottom, because up here will give you a list of what should be, and it's not sitting on the bottom. So make it sit on the bottom. What have we got there? Face on face. Make sure that's on. Pyramid. Place on. Oops. It's not even in the zone. I've lost it now. Pyramid. 0. For some reason it's not letting me put it on the floor. Perhaps it's because it's unadded and it won't let me put it on the floor. But when you slice it, if you look at the bottoms, it's blue. It says up here, I think somewhere. It'll tell you anyway. All the different colours tell you where it should be. So we go Control-Alt-Delete. We just add box and slice it. If you see that purple, solid infill. If you go to print and you slice it, if you see the purple, all is good, because that is sticking to the base. If you don't see that purple, then it's not sticking, it's not on the bed. So always make sure sticking to the base. Any more I can modifiers we've done. Support blockers. Right, supports. If we add another part, another box, move that up and across. So for some reason you wanted to print an object like this. Supports, got three options: support on build plate only, support for enforcers, or everywhere. So if you put it on the build plate, slice it, and it will support it on the build plate. And if you come down, come through, and that was what you'll print as a support. Just prints a very lightweight frame, and in theory you should be able to take them off just by breaking them off. If we go back and we add, what we got, support blocker. So we add another box, and we only want to say support the right hand side. We'll move the blocker over and say into there. And then when we slice it, we're only supporting the right hand side. And it's support build only. I think support enforcers only. No, it's obviously support for build plate only. And the enforcer has taken away some of the supports. So I suppose it's good if you want to remove some supports, if they're unnecessary. Just right click, support blocker, support enforcer. Load. Oh, it's, I think, add support block and support box. You know what? Not sure what that one does. I'll slice it. Obviously one works, one doesn't. I'm not sure on that one. So you have to get back to you on that if you need that part. Support enforcer. No. Height range modifier. You can delete that. Delete that. Height range modifier. Click on. If you want the first, it says here, start height, stop height. So we'll start on the base and we'll go up, say 20 mil. Yep. And that modifier will modify any layers between 0 and 20. So now we right click on it. What we've got, infill. So we want that infill density to be 15, say 100. And we can change the pattern of it. Of course, we won't have an infill, it's 100%. So what you should do now is, as we go down, we'll come up to 20%. We're going at 75% infill. You see on that now. Coming up to 20% where we put the modifier, and now it's changed. And now we're back to 15%. It's really, a lot of these are just to, if you have a problem print, or you want to make something that's slightly stronger, slightly weaker, you can put modifiers in.